Greetings, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Vidoscope for 20 by Ama. Thank you for being here. It is a very important month. We're going to have a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse, followed immediately in July by a third eclipse. A lot of planets are going to be retrograde. Mars, Mercury, to mention a few. Venus will be stationed directly. So it is a very important month. These are general readings. Also, do pay attention to the video for your rising sign and moon sign because you are going to get additional information. If you'd like to have a personal reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit the website www.amalightworker.com. For those of you who would like to know more, there's two choices. You can either go to the Vimeo videos. I already uploaded a whole new reading for your sign. It is an Akashic reading for each sign of the zodiac. The link for it is down here below for those of you who are interested for download and purchase. And the second way, for those of you who would like to know more, is to join the membership program. In the membership program, there's different tiers. I do provide different readings for each category, for each tier, and I have already uploaded in the membership program an additional whole new reading for each sign of the zodiac. It is a whole new Akashic reading, twice as long. So you click on the join button right here next to the subscribe, or if you scroll down here below in the show more description box, you're going to find a link to join the membership program. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I am going to focus on the cards to give you the general feeling that I'm picking up first, and then I will be breaking this down one by one. The general feelings has to deal with a dose of luck, okay? Some indication that your luck is turning around for the better. Being very lucky in something brand new that you'll be starting. Dealing with a judge, having to make important choices and decisions, or maybe dealing with the legal or the judicial system. Leaving behind you the old ways that no longer work or no longer apply for you. Leaving behind you negative forces, negative circumstances, negative people, negative energies. Moving forward toward a new endeavor, or maybe even toward a whole new life, and looking at the foundation of your life, looking at the foundation at each and every circumstance to rebuild that foundation even stronger. A lot of things will be coming together for you. But as this is happening, you still have a sense of unrest, you still have a sense of unease. The first card that wanted to show up for you is the Page of Cups. If it represents a person, the Page of Cups, usually it represents a Scorpio, so that could be you. A Cancer or a Pisces. This would be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. This card, to me, it represents youth, fresh emotion, gentleness, intuitiveness, sweet, kind. Sometimes it also represents a new circumstance, a new situation, somebody who is deeply empathetic and feels for the situation of other people. A lot of things could be played out in regards to this Page of Cups. For some of you, this could be someone that it's a family member. It could be a child, a grandchild, a niece, a nephew. Maybe you are the legal guardian to this child. You just discover that maybe they have a talent. They could be inspiring you with ideas. You could be doing something on their behalf. I have a sense that somebody just show up in a way that makes you feel so loved, so adorned. I get a sense of adoration. So either you show up in, having these feelings of adoration for this child, but again, it comes from a different perspective, from a perspective where suddenly you see how much this child is growing. They pretty much are growing in front of your eyes. For some of you, this Page of Cups, it actually represents your career, your job, or a business that you have, or a business that you are thinking of putting together. You're going to have some lucky new beginnings. Something will show up because if you are planning on doing anything new with a job, with a career, with a business, you're going to have some indication of luck. It's going to feel like you are being pushed toward this lucky new beginning. So the fish to me here, right here, depicted in the image, represents good luck and fortune. For a lot of you, I do feel that you could be putting together help, resources to do something nice on behalf of this Knight of Cups, if this doesn't represent you, or maybe representing a category of people. Maybe you just to show up to help a foundation that deals with children, education, um, or even on behalf of a spiritual community. A spiritual community is showing up in this reading for any of you Scorpios. Do pay attention to your emotions. It's going to be a month filled of emotions, mixed emotions, high and lows. But you start even on a high note emotionally. They're telling me that you are also going to be surprised. Somebody is trying to surprise you in some ways, putting together some sort of a surprise for you. The next card that showed up for you is the King of Swords. So this is another people's card. The King of Swords to me represents an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. This would be the sun sign, the rising sign, or moon sign. This may also be you if you happen to have your moon sign or your rising sign in Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. These cards to me represent a judge, somebody who appears to be distant, but they are loving, somebody who appears to be very judgmental, but they are not. They appear to be like they are judging everything and everyone, but that may not be the case. It does represent a person to go to in need of a decision. Some of you at this time be dealing with high courts, legal matters, immigration matters. Due to the nature of the eclipses that are happening, eclipses do have a tendency to influence our life for at least 6 months. So a lot of what I'm saying here starts to unfold over the course of the next 6 months. For some of you, an approval is being granted to you through this King of Swords. Could be the head of a department, could be someone in a bank, okay, affiliated with a bank that has the opportunity here to grant you more power or to approve a request. At this time, you could be looking to trademark an invention. You'll be looking at different venues, different ways. You'll be doing a little bit of research about what is the legal way for you to acquire something. You'll be dealing with important documents, being licensed, being certified. You could be dealing with the launching of a new website. For some of you, this could be happening through your work. Maybe in the company where you work, they are implementing new things, and maybe in some ways they are putting you in charge. So you have to do that on behalf of a company that you have. For some of you, they are telling me that you are going to be called in front of a grand jury. This could be really in a legal sense, okay? Dealing with courts and court cases. For other ones, it could be being called in a jury among your friends. Maybe certain situations need to be sorted out. What went wrong? What went right? Maybe all of you are going to get together to try to make sense of something that happened already or something that is still unfolding and happening as we speak. They're telling me that you are going to be involved in some ways in building and rebuilding. This could be building and rebuilding emotionally yourself back up. It could be about the emotional aspect of a relationship. It could also be the rebuilding of your finances. It may also be about the rebuilding of your whole life. But for some of you, this could be really about breaking things apart, rebuilding, refurbishing, reconstructing, really dealing with construction. Maybe you are a construction worker and maybe like you can work in the meantime. Now everything is going to be open. For some of you Scorpios, they're telling me that you need to be prepared to expect more work than before. So if you are a working Scorpio, do be prepared to work more than before. You could be hearing or dealing with an immigration officer, an immigration lawyer. Matters of immigration are now going to start to take a much more positive stance for you, or an important decision will be made on your behalf through an immigration process. The next card that you have is the Eight of Cups. To me, it means walking away from negative forces, negative energies, negative circumstances, negative people, negative relationships, due to your newly found courage toward a brand new life, toward a new residence, toward a new direction. For some of you, this really brings an opportunity to travel, opportunities to relocate are on the rise, are opening up for a lot of Scorpios, particularly if this is something that you were hoping to get. You are going to have a change in attitude. If you focused, or maybe you got affected by criticism, maybe criticism coming to you from people, from co-workers, from a boss, from a relative, from a family member, from a friend, or even from comments in social media. I feel that you're going to be putting things in order. You could be closing social media accounts that you have, or you're just not going to be as affected by non-sayers or critics around you. Some of you are going to feel a lot more confident because due to your newly found voice, they are also mentioning your newly found voice. You are not going to hold back. Some of you are going to be very free with your opinion. You are not going to hold back. If it is a matter of justice, you are going to be speaking up on your behalf, or maybe on behalf of other people that in some ways you represent or feel for. You're going to come to your own conclusion based on some new evidence, based on some new information. In the light of something that new that is happening, you're going to arrive to your new conclusions. At this time, something will be terminated. Could be an agreement, could be a contract, could be a relationship, could be a whole negative cycle of events coming to a closure. For those of you who were seeking to get an emotional closure, it feels that you are going to get that emotional closure, but it could be a journey that it feels like between now and August, a lot of things are going to come to an end, including the emotional closures that some of you need. New doors, new opportunity will show up for you. For some of you, you could be looking and doing research about a new job. You could be researching about how else you can get help. You could be researching to put together some help, maybe because you want to help someone else. But one thing is for sure, as you are dealing with your own emotions, you are going to be walking away from circumstances that make you feel more emotional than you should. Some of you are going to embark on some sort of a journey because you are going to, it feels like you're going to meet the one. Maybe that's the reason you are traveling, finally to be reunited with a loved one, with a spouse, with a partner. Maybe you were separated due to the circumstances that are going on around the world right now. But they are also mentioning that many of you are going to be dealing with a new title being coming to you from family. Okay, maybe you're going to become an aunt, an uncle, a mother, a father, a grandparent, so some sort of a title coming to you from family. More responsibility be granted to you at this time from the company that you work for. If you are affiliated, associated with organizations, foundations, volunteering, more power, more titles, some sort of an upgrade will be granted to you. You are going to come more and more into terms with your own power. For those of you who struggled with your own power, now you're going to feel that like power is granted to you easily. People will respect you. Maybe you are trying so hard to be known, okay? To have a career, to make a name for yourself, or maybe you are struggling so much to be noticed in the dating scene. Maybe you are single. Now, all of that will be shifting because it's going to happen in a much easier way. I have a sense that for some of you, where you are going, you are embarking upon your road to success, and you are not going to come back from it. If you have felt that so far you have been dealing with circumstances where good things happen, but then they are taken away or they don't last long, they're telling me that whatever you are creating now is going to have a stronger sense of long lasting. There's going to be a shift in your perspective. There's going to be a shift that where is it that you did put a lot of effort and a lot of energy, now there's a better understanding that what is working, and you're going to continue on that, and what is no longer working for you. Maybe you are trying to make something happen, you tried everything, it doesn't work, and now you are walking away from that idea, from that project, from that plan, because it's going to be very clear to you. You are going to be divinely guided when it's time for you to turn the chapter onto some new beginning, because this one no longer works, and it could be about a relationship. The next card that you have is Firm Foundation. Okay, so here you are, leaving everything behind, and look at the imaginary here. Mountains appear here, okay, but they appear far in distance. And now you arrived in your destination on top of the mountain, okay, in the highest place you could be. It's a very interesting image here. Pay attention to those of you who have a tendency to have back problems, throwing your so issues with your back. You'll be having some sort of symptoms that keep on coming back. Could be allergies, could be other symptoms. For some of you, it has to deal with you changing the way how you take care of yourself, the way how you exercise, the way how you nourish your body, the way how you nourish your emotion. So what is it in your daily life that creates the base for you to be happy? You are going to be working on that at this time. If there are any changes that you were looking forward to make with your body, with your appearance, maybe with the home where you live, all of that will start to take place one by one. Okay, if you were looking to change, maybe you weren't too pleased with a worse circumstance, you could be shifted and changing things around. Maybe for some of you, it is about you applying and getting that new job. Maybe that's what you need to feel safe. That's what creates the foundation for you having a good job or having a good career. If it is a marriage and that's how you feel like that's what I need right now, or a relationship, to create this foundation, you could be working toward that. You now be more open and looking on the lookout to meet someone, okay, or even to make your commitment into a relationship. Maybe you already have a relationship, but now you're going to feel more ready to create a firmer foundation for this relationship, to be more committed. You are going to be also connecting with your higher purpose. You could be connecting or talking about exoteric matters. You could be watching documentaries, reading books about how to manifest. You could be educating yourself about other cultures, other religious practices, God and goddesses. For some reason, they are bringing in this reading mythological creatures, goddesses, deities from the prehistoric ancient times of Greece. I don't know why they're mentioning this in this reading for you, but again, you are going to have a sense that you are going to be divinely guided. Don't take everything too much at heart. Know when to let go, but at the same time, pay attention to balance your mind and your heart. You don't want your mind to be overreactive. You don't want your emotions to be overreactive, but at the same time, you want to lead from your heart, but also from a place when you are coming, you're leading from a place of a healthy logic. You have to work out a lot of details, rewrite a lot of things, redoing a lot of wrongs, again, either on your behalf or on behalf of other people, but somehow you're going to find a way to progress, to move on, and to be successful while you are at it in spite of your insecurities and self-doubt. And I hope that this is making sense to you. Again, if you'd like to have a personal reading, email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit the website www.amalightworker.com. If you'd like to know more, either go to the Vimeo videos, the link for that is down here below, or click the join button right here next to the subscribe, and that's going to take you to the membership program where, again, I'm doing a whole new reading for each sign of the zodiac. Thank you so very much, Scorpio, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with you in the next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.